you've made it a priority to attract technology companies and the jobs that come with it to the city of Chicago. What kind of levers can you pull as mayor to bring those kinds of businesses and jobs to the city?
Well, first of all, I don't create the jobs. The private sector does. But there's in an emerging industry, there is a very important role that the public sector can play, and I call it kind of creating a platform. In the tech space, particular here, that's what we're talking about, but in any industry, Chicago has the biggest ace it holds is its talent. Every year, there's 150,000 freshly minted four-year college degrees come landing here. As I always say, not only do we have 14 four-year institutions right here in the city of Chicago, not counting the state, we have more alumni from the Big Ten state universities than any other city in America. So that's his foremost ability. And I think the way to kind of illustrate it is 10 years ago, PayPal was developed here, but moved because they didn't have the talent. 10 years later, eBay and PayPal buy Braintree here, but not only do they buy it and keep it here, they add 300 jobs because they see the talent, the capacity of something that was developed here, but also the ability to grow domestically. That tells a story of where Chicago was 10 years ago versus where it is today. Just two examples recently. Major companies seeing a software development, a capacity here, and then an ability to grow it because of the talent that lives here and the quality of life. Chicago versus San Francisco, or the Bay, Boston, or Seattle, is a third of the cost from a cost of living standpoint. Same talent, same capacity, same major research. So beyond the talent, then the second thing is major, what I call institutional support. We are now have the lead at Argonne and University of Chicago in the city of Chicago in next generation battery research and storage, advanced digital manufacturing. University of Illinois, obviously supercomputer that's based there. We have 11 innovation centers throughout the city. Northwestern is putting up a leading in the world or in the country new biotech life sciences research center. And I just negotiated a deal between the University of Chicago and Ben Gurion University on water conservation and water research and water technology. So major research here, major talent, obviously capacity on the transportation, both with the best connected airport in all of North America, a public transportation system which is setting records for its investment. We're going to be the first system to go 4G throughout it. We're improving about 40 miles of the rail traffic. And give you a sense of the capacity in Chicago, more people take our public transportation, including the mayor, in a single month than take all of Amtrak nationwide all year. That's how big the system is. And we're making major investments, cutting down time, improving quality of the experience with new quiet cars. But all that, talent, research, transportation, and then a great quality of life. That's a third of the cost of any other major city. So that creates a platform for a lot of other, what I would call the ecosystem to really take hold in an emerging economy. Last year, there was a new startup every day in Chicago, just in the digital space. Just a week ago, now that we have 10 innovation centers, we announced 11th in the life sciences and biosciences to take advantage of what Northwestern and University of Chicago medical research is doing in the city for a different type of incubator space versus what goes on in the digital economy. Those are kind of key things that a city can do. We don't do venture capital. That's not our forte. Although in October, I'm holding the first venture capital summit here in Chicago, bringing in the VCs from both coasts, Europe, and other parts of the United States here to look at what we have. Because if you put that resources to play, Chicago will continue to accelerate.